ang ato ang supply gikan sa okay. Okay. So if akong sino may ano, nag comment. Sige, for if our water supply hindi po sa ating inside the building, within the building of the facility, uh, you may score 1 if it's source outside. Then if none, you may score 0. So next slide. So next indicator, improve water supply pipe into the facility or on premises with no leaks. So for hospital, water pipe inside the facility to all high-risk wards, maternity operating room or OR, intensive care unit or ICU. So kapag ang ating water supply is within the facility and without leaks, no, during walkthroughs sa facility, then you may score 2, no. Then if it is the water supply is outside the water supply, then with no leaks, then 1. Then if none, 0. So let's talk about the katong improved drinking water. So next slide. So when we say improve water source or water supply, so it should be pipe water into the health facility or yard or plot, public tap or standpipe, tube well or borehole or protected well, improved spring, rainwater from a cistern or tank, packaged or bottled water, water from refilling station. So this water source is considered kanang hindi siya safe for the hindi siya safe karami tao na kita siya sa kuan para makita na sa kilid-kilid giso doon ng COVID. So okay, so unprotected siya, so prone siya for contaminants sa like mga E. coli. So kilid-kilid. So okay, next. So for the this indicator, water services available at all times and of sufficient quantity. So for the water services available every day, observe and sufficient quantity. So kung yung water ninyo is kaya mag-supply every day and marami yung quantity niya. So you may score 2 for this indicator, or if the water services niyo available more than 5 days per week or every day but not sufficient quantity, then you may score 1. Then if di talaga siya fewer than 5 days per week, then it will be 0. So next. So for computing the water requirement, so what of sa last nga indicator nga kung gusto to calculate the facility water requirements, add up the following applicable national standards. So we have for outpatients, we have 5 liters per consultation. Inpatients, 40 to 60 liters per patient per day. So you can follow this kani nga computation na to, Then para makita ninyo ang the calculator, using the calculator, we have the link below, which is the bit.ly/water calculator. So dyan na po ninyo ma-calculate yung water requirement for sa inyong facility. So next. Okay, next for the indicator 1.3, reliable drinking water station available. So ito po yung mga water stations nga nakikita nyo sa inyong facility located, no, which is proper
Marami
siting din
nagamit.
siya and available sa all times and locations and accessible na po siya sa lahat. So our MOVs for this is certificate of the DOH sa tuwang kuan dali bitawong water source na tuwa ning deliver sa ato ang kuan mga drinking water, no, using the kanito mga drinking water station sa facility. Then also permit to operate po sa ato ang mga water refilling stations in case if we're using this ano kaning mga water stations sa atong facility. Then if available drinking water station is present sometimes or only in some places or not available for all users, then you may score 1. Then if wala gyud available nga drinking water station, so 0. So okay, next. So drinking water safe storage and has no E. coli. So you may score 2 if available drinking water safely stored and covered in tap that is free of E. coli. So we have no testing magyud for our water sources, no, katong mga bacteriology na to nga testing for drinking water. And if some of the available drinking water points are safely stored lang, then 1. Then if none, ay 0. So okay, next. So for the water storage is sufficient, then if makamit, if the storage is mumit siya the needs of the facility for 3 days, no, so why 3 days? Okay, for example, if na mga disasters or mga kuan mga calamities nga mahitabo, at least no maka suffice siya og 3 days nga walay water supply. So dapat that our water storage could need meet the 3 days, no. So how will we compute na wala siya 3 days ang atong water storage? So using the water calculator, so katong nga indicator for pilay ma-use nga quantity for water and also kaning water storage is included na siya dito nga computation sa ato ang water storage. Then if our water storage meets more than 75% of the needs of the facility for 3 days, then 1. Then if less than the 75% of the facility, then 0 ni siya nga score. The next. Then water supply has appropriate disinfectant residual. So we check also no the kanang chlorine residual sa atuang water source. So you may score 2 if ang water supply has appropriate chlorine residual. So note that during emergency period, a free residual chlorine of 0.5 milligrams per liter man siya minimum required. Then in normal settings is 0.3 to 1.5 milligrams per at point of delivery. So question, so asa man nato where will we kanang test ang ato ang chlorine residual sa atong facility? So it may be near the tank sa atong source or and also last sa source, then you may use the chlorine indicator. So as you can see that picture, more example na siya for testing of our chlorine residual. Then if our water supply has chlorine residual but is less than 0.3 milligrams per liter for a normal setting or less than 0.5 for an emergency period, then you may score 1. Then if not good, not treated, wala not tested for chlorine residual, then 0. Okay, next. Then sufficient energy for water. So for water sufficient, you may score 2 if it is always available for pumping and boiling of water. Then if some times available ra for pumping and boiling of water, then 1. So we have at least 72 hours na backup na supply electricity for free flowing water sa atong facility in case natay water and power interruption. So dapat natay provide nga backup electricity generation or a renewable energy generation that can power the facility emergency needs. The next. So that would be my last slide for water. The next discussion for sanitation is for Ma'am Sally Tipesto. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, engineer. So I will be discussing the sanitation domain for First off, another indicator for the sanitation is the sanitation, which is sufficient number of functional toilets or latrines available. This one has very sufficient available. Functional meaning with water available at all times. Toilet, flush toilet with standards in the tank. It comes with septic tank. You will give a score of 2 once na-meet natin yung minimum number of toilet or latrines per type of health facility as indicated in the guidance notes, and all are functional. Take note, all are functional. Because sometimes, I just have to speak in Tagalog because some hindi nakakaintindi ng Bisaya. As indicated in the guidance notes, sometimes we have an available toilet in the facility, however, it is not functional. Hindi nagpa-flush, or walang tubig, or it is closed, or kahit anong reason. So, 1 naman ang score if sufficient number of usable toilets or latrines present, but not all are functioning, or there is functioning toilets or latrines, but it is insufficient in number. However, we will give ourselves a score of 0 if less than 50% of required number of usable toilet latrines available and functioning. So, ito po yung minimum number of toilets per type of health facility. For all hospitals, the minimum requirement is 1 toilet for every 8 patients or personnel. Toilets with hand washing stations in the following areas: admin service area or the lobby, starting dietary, emergency room, x-rays, clinical laboratory, labor room, or patient's room. However, for level 2 hospital, in addition to the minimum requirements, the following areas should have toilets with hand washing stations. These include the nurses stations in ICUs, nursing service units. And for the level 3 hospital, the following areas should have toilets in addition again to the minimum requirements, which is all nurses stations in ICU, in dialysis center, and dialysis clinic, and rehabilitation room. Other hospitals above, it is 1 toilet per 20 users. Next indicator is the toilets or latrines separated for staff, patients, and visitors. As you can observe, kanina ang pinag-uusapan natin is the availability of functional toilets. Now, here, it is again, is the toilet separated for staff, patients, and visitors. It is not enough that there is only available functional toilets, but it should be separated for staff and patients. This is not asked for barangay health stations, but anyway, we are all here from the hospital health facilities. So we will give ourselves a score of 2 if the toilet or latrines are clearly separated for staff and patients and visitors. Again, a score of 1 if some separate toilet or latrines, but not for all 3 categories. This includes staff, patients, and visitors. Then a 0 if hindi talaga siya separated at all, or no space no space to add another toilet. Then the next, kanina we have separated the toilets for the staff, patients, and visitors. Now, it is also indicated that the toilet or the latrines should be separated for male and female. As you have as you will notice, this is only it's either a score of 2 or 0, nothing in between. So we will give a score of 2 if the toilet or latrines is clearly separated for male and female. And if there is no indication of gender separation for toilets or latrines, we will give ourselves a score of, or the health facility a score of 0. Then another indicator, reference number is 2.4, which is the menstrual hygiene management. If you have noticed, if you have
That will
na-observe
provide
before
that.
last monitoring namin before, for ICC, we always look for um,
No, rotate ko
toilets or washrooms dedicated to manage menstrual hygiene needs. Then the toilets for us to identify that there should be menstrual hygiene management, the toilet should have a bin for disposal
May
of
beer
waste and
sirop.
an area for washing with water
Hmm.
always available.
Beer
We
eh.
will give ourselves a score of 2 if all toilets or include latrines for female use provide the means to manage menstrual hygiene needs. Then a score of 1 if at least one toilet or improved latrine provides the means to manage menstrual hygiene needs, and a score of 0 if none of the toilets or latrines provide the means to manage menstrual hygiene needs. And again, um, another indicator is a toilet meeting the needs of people with reduced mobility. This is our PWDs, persons with disabilities. So, these are washrooms with at
Ah,
least
dili ka pasig kay man di ka badlong.
spacious, which
Ako
is
lagi dala.
with which the
Beer.
PWD can move around, can function still independently, even with the help of these grab bars. And this for hospitals, a minimum of one toilet dedicated for PWD each floor. And for primary care facilities, at least one PWD toilet is required for PHF with or without breaking facility. And we will give a score of 2 if the facility meets the minimum number of toilets for people with reduced mobility as indicated in the guidance notes and all are functional. Again, all functional. Then 1 if there are toilets for people with reduced mobility but not all are functional, 1 or 2. Then a score of 0 if no toilets for user with reduced mobility or there are available toilets for them but none are functional. During our monitoring last year and validation, yes, there are toilets dedicated for PWD. However, the space is limited. At least they cannot move around using their wheelchairs or their uh, aids in walking. And there are no grab bars at all. Ang meron lang doon is the label for PWD. At least it should be, aside from the label, it should be functional. Where it will serve its purpose, that it can help the PW to move around to function independently. The next is indicator is functioning hand hygiene stations at latrines or toilets. Yes, a score of 2 is functioning hand hygiene stations within 5 meters of toilets or latrines. So this is self-explanatory na po. Tapos next is hand washing stations are present within 5 meters of toilets, but not all have soap. So this is common usually sa mga health facilities, no? Meron po tayong mga hand washing stations. However, there are no walang soap, kahit bar soap man lang or liquid soap, or sometimes the water is not functional or walang tubig, walang soap. The hand washing station is present. However, the person cannot do his the hand washing or process because walang soap or walang means to do the hand washing. And a score of 0 if hand washing stations are not present within 5 meters of toilets or latrines or are not functioning or no water at all. Functional hand hygiene station should have a sink. Ito po, i-define natin kung what is, let's set clearly what is a functional hand station. A functional hand station should have a sink or bucket with tap and water with soap. If sira man po yung gripo, at least meron pong bucket with water at sabon na pwede tayong makapaghugas ng ating mga kamay. Next, in settings where this is not possible, water flowing from a pre-filled container with a tap is preferable to still standing water in a basin. Yung pong mga water na lalagay sa uh, basin tapos dilublob lang po natin yung kamay. A pre-filled, free-flowing, pre-filled container is still preferable kasi dito po. An alcohol-based hand grab is not suitable for use at latrines or toilets. As it indicates to the IPC, this is not, there are two instances for we are not allowed, alcohol-based hand rub is not sufficient. Is not suitable to do that hand washing. One is if we have patients that is contact those with CD, so we really have to do hand washing with safe with soap and water. And another instance where alcohol-based hand rub is not suitable, is not sufficient, is kung saan po nanggaling tayo, gagaling lang po natin sa banyo. We really have to use the soap and water to do our hand hygiene. So the next indicator is wastewater, both gray water and black water is safely managed. So define po natin yung gray water and black water. Black water po is yung galing po anything that goes into the toilet bowl. Yung naka-septic tank, that is considered as black water. However, while gray water is anything that yung po for washing, those water that generates water that is generated saan po sa ating sa banyo, sa faucet, sa latrine where we do hand washing, or sa laundry, sa dietary, those wastewater is considered gray water. Wastewater is safely managed through the use of an on-site treatment facility that has been provided with a discharge permit by the DNR, or through the use of a septic tank followed by drainage pit or sent to a functioning sewer system. So we will give a score of 2 if yes, we are using a functioning on-site wastewater treatment facility with a discharge permit. Then 1 if wastewater is discharged to a septic tank followed by a drainage pit or sent to a functioning sewer system, or 0 if an on-site treatment of wastewater is not present, or it is present but not functioning. Hindi siya nag-serve ng kanyang purpose. So again, wastewater is safely managed through the use of an on-site treatment facility that has been provided with a discharge permit by the ENR po. Next indicator is that gray water drainage system is safely managed. So yes, score of 2 if the gray water drainage system is safely managed. Then 1 if the gray water system drainage is in place but not functioning and there is obvious pools of water, or 0 if the gray water drainage system is not present at all. So gray water that is, sabi ko na earlier, rain water or wash water or drainage system is in a place that diverts water away from the facility. That is now standing water and also protects nearby households.
Dagsa ang mga isda sa baybayon, asa may dakita nga baybayon.
Next is the toilets and latrines are adequately lit. Toilets and latrines shall have an efficient and functional lighting at all times. We will give ourselves a score of 2 if toilets or latrines are adequately lit. 1 if lighting infrastructure, there is lighting infrastructure but not.
Tinawag ang sa comment.
Or 0 if the toilets or latrines are not adequately lit or have no lighting infrastructure at all.
Ano ba isda? Ano mga
So that is it for sanitation. If you have any questions, you just type in the chat box or later bring it up in the open forum. I will hand over you to Engineer Lord for healthcare waste management in the domain.
Paano po ito agad? Namunit na ng panood og sako oh. Gawa.
Tanda na pala yun.
Kani ding kato ding blue nga sakyanan kay mga service ani sa mga trabahante di ay.
Asa ang trabaho?
Kato bang dito sa katong na landslidean.
Pero ba, may sud lagi.
Ha?
May sud kay parking naman.
Oh, lagi ano kanay sakay.
Hello? Okay. So, meron na ba? Am I loud here? So, okay, during monitoring, I'll do looking for the if nakakonduct na ba ng training yung person responsible for healthcare waste, no? Kay last year we conducted training for healthcare waste management at Rosa. Then ayan, dapat may na-train talaga na person for our healthcare waste management. Then if a person is responsible for healthcare waste but not trained, so you may score 1. And if none talaga is 0. So next.
Dong ilang kong kiki.
Yeah. Okay, for
Unsa na kay
our
mali
next
pa ka
indicator waste correctly segregated at all generation of points. So for the color coding of our plastic container liners for proper segregation, so black should be for non-infectious or general waste. Green is also for non-infectious, but for wet or biodegradable waste. Then yellow for infectious. Also, punctured proof containers for sharp waste. So, this should be properly implemented sa facility to prevent mixing of waste sa tuwang generation points. No? As you can remember, we have the 7 important points for healthcare waste management. So, at point of generation, so it should be segregated, not not segregated by picking our waste sa other waste containers. So meaning this should be segregated using the color coded bins. So once tuang waste nga masagaw sa other bins like from yellow, the general waste is considered na gid siya yellow. So, bawal we should not practice nga we collect ang ato ang general waste sa yellow, then we put it sa non-infectious waste bins ito kay ma-contaminated naman siya. So once masagol, considered yellow na gid siya. Then also if ato ang infectious waste matapon sa our general waste, the general waste is considered infectious na sir. Okay, it's already contaminated na for infectious. Then if properly segregated siya, all waste generation points, so it's 2. Then if some sort of waste but not correctly or not practiced through the facility, so 1. Then if wala gid tayo sorting of waste, then 0. So again, it should be implemented dapat na monitor po ni siya na segregated yun na tong waste at point of generation. Okay, so next. So for the next indicator, safe disposal of hazardous waste. So if 2 for yes, there is functional and of sufficient capacity for thermal processing or alternative treatment technology for the treatment and safe disposal of hazardous waste are collected by the DNR accredited TSD facility operators. So this indicator, our MOVs should be the hazardous waste generation certificate, no? Katong mga permit to transport, katong MOA with the third party kung mo-collect sa atong waste. Then if presented na siya, the score would be 2. If napod mo i-copy then it should be 2. Then for if not sufficient capacity, nag-use raw concrete vault, then you may score 1. Then if none yun na, walay functional, then 0. Okay, next. So for low heat thermal based process, so autoclaves, so muna siya example, so vacuum autoclaves, microwave based technologies, frictional heat treatment, pyrolysis, in which residue is disposed at the landfill. Then next, for chemical based process, sodium hypochlorite treatment systems, or use of hydrogen peroxide or peroxyacetic acid and heated alkali. Next. Then for high heat thermal based process, so we have the dual chamber incineration with flue gas treatment and biological process using enzyme mixture composting or vermin culture, recommended for only for biodegradable waste. Okay, next. Then for healthcare waste treatment options, we have encapsulation, which is atong put atong waste sa kaning murag container bin, no, then i-seal na siya. That's encapsulation. Then for inertization, this is for murag cement na siya, no, atong gi-seal using the cement, so it's called inertization. So next, for the next indicator, hazardous and non-hazardous waste are stored separately. So this indicator is is our storage area na dapat separate siya, no. We have one kanang compartments sa atong storage area for infectious, non-biodegradable, biodegradable, and recyclable. So it should not be mixed, no, like dapat nagitay murag storage facility gid na sa tuang mga waste, no, dili siya ingon nga nara sa yuta, no, kay namin gitay namin mga kanabitang mga liquid, then mo sit na nun sa abo, so hazardous siya. So dapat ang proper way gyud pag store kuan ato ang hazardous waste, it should be nasa storage facility nga for compartment as per the DOH kuan Healthcare Waste Management Manual nga 4th editions nga guidelines. So you may score 2 if available na siya sa inyong facility. Then if insufficient rank capacity or overfilled, then you may score 1. Then if none good is 0. So muna siya, no, during emergency or may mga disaster, so we should have a kanang storage area nga kanang for emergency use in case mapuno dayon ang atuang storage atong ginabot na ginastore gid nga waste sa facility. So dapat natay murag extra baron nga kalabayan para dili dito pundok ang atong hazardous waste and also the non-hazardous waste sa atong facility. So next. So for primary care facilities, there should be a waste holding area located outside the building but within the site or premises. For hospitals, other healthcare facilities, there should be separate storage areas for general waste, recyclable. So matogi so tiganihan, no, it should be separated storage. So it must be located away from the dietary section, patient rooms, laboratories, hospital function or operation rooms, or any public access areas, no. Since medyo baho, no, or hindi pleasant sa ating ilong, no, itong baho ng or atong waste, no. So it should be located away from this nga mga section or rooms. So okay, next. So for our next indicator, infectious waste stored in a protected area and treated within safe time period. So by meaning of safe time period, for 24 hours for hot seasons, then 48 hours for cold season. Then if all infectious waste is stored in a protected area before treatment for no longer than the default and safe time as stated in the guidance note, so 2, no, if kaya siyang makuan, if ma-dispose dayon siya. Then if na-store siya for longer pagid sa 48 hours and only treated thereafter, then 1. Then if not in a protected area, walay storage facility, or not daily pagid siya treated, then you may score 0. Next. Then, next indicator, disposal of ash or residue from facilities using thermal process or other alternative treatment methods. So, if we have a dedicated ash pit is available for disposal of ash or residue or collected by the DNR accredited TSD facility operators, then you may put two. So, some other facilities no have this kind of kuan kana bitaw mag uh, ash na siya disposal. Then a dedicated ash pit is presented for disposal of ash or residue but is overfilled or not fenced and locked. Then one. Then if not functional, then it is zero. Next. Then for the next indicator, a protocol or standard or SOPs in place for healthcare waste no. This should be included sa atuang healthcare waste management plan. So that's why during kuan po na ko monitoring, I look good sa inyong mga SOP. Then sa akong pagkuan scan sa sa inyong mga SOP sa facility, I'll make sure nga it properly kuan bagid siya, cascaded bagid siya sa ato ang mga healthcare workers or even the employees with regards to this mga SOP na to no. Pag properly safe sa ato ang mga waste sa facility. Then if kuan if the healthcare waste is written but not visible or implemented, then one, and if wala gyud is zero. So that's why no I can help man put in crafting your ano healthcare waste management plan. So last year hello. So katong during pud monitoring ay na facility nga nan wala pa na hindi pa naka-craft ng healthcare waste management plan, I give them assistance no by kuan by ano yung ilalagay doon sa healthcare waste management plan natin. So if you haven't started your healthcare waste management plan, so you may contact me for technical assistance of your healthcare waste management plan. The next, appropriate protective equipment for waste treatment and disposal. So this should be in a SOP pud nga atong waste collector or take transport should be in proper nga PPE. Pero since we have pud nga limited ang sources, so asa ko na lang minimum bisag ko na face mask, hand gloves, boots or non-slip shoes no to protect our healthcare workers no during collection sa ato ang waste na to. Then if all staff in charge of waste treatment and disposal have appropriate protective equipment, then two. Then if not all staff or available but damaged na siya, then one is siya. Then lastly, if wala gi available, then zero. Pero it's better na if one good para safe good na we have the PPEs available for our healthcare workers. Okay, next. So that would be the last for the healthcare waste management nga domain. So I'll hand again to Ma'am Sally the hand hygiene domain. Thank you.
Can I be heard loud and clear? Hello?
Huh?
Naririnig po ba ako? Am I clear? Okay. So, I am here to talk about another domain, which is the hand hygiene. Thank you. So I can see that the cement, see the Parker women is here with me. Thank you, ma'am. So, for hand hygiene, Another indicator is that functioning hand hygiene stations are available at all points of care. Kanina po, hand hygiene stations is available 5 meters away from the toilet, or at least maximum 5 meters away from the toilet. Now we'll talk about hand hygiene stations, which should be functioning and available at all points of care. If you remember po during the monitoring and validation last year with all health facilities, hinahanap po namin ito. Dapat we were very strict on this. We will give ourselves a score of 2 if it is functioning, if the sink or if the hand hygiene station is functioning, and is available and following the minimum number required per facility, per ano po. Tapos, a score of 1 if the hand hygiene station is present, but walang soap or alcohol hand rub solution available. Common po ito sa mga hallways or even rooms, which we have indicated naman po during the monitoring that at least there should be available alcohol-based hand rubs in hallways or in promiscuous places where is it readily accessible to all personnel or to all patients and visitors. Then a score of 0 if it is not present or hand washing station is present but no water is available. Next slide, please. Okay, so hand hygiene. So point of care areas these are our consultation rooms, operating rooms, delivery rooms, laboratories. Then hand hygiene station should have a sink or bucket with tap if hindi po functional yung yung people, water and soap should be available or 70% alcohol-based hand rub. At again, we should remember that there are 2 instances that hindi po sufficient ang alcohol-based hand rub. That is galing tayo sa toilet or galing tayo or we are handling a contact infectious patient. Then again, at least 2 hand hygiene stations in a ward with more than 20 beds. Wala naman tayong TPMF. So next slide please. So another indicator is the hand hygiene promotional materials. These are yung posters po na we are always asking if nakadikit na siya for near the sink to easily remind the staff or the personnel or the person who is performing hand hygiene if tama po ba yung steps or if yung hand washing niya is suitable po ba or is it effective? Because lahat po, you will all agree with me that sometimes kung naghuhugas po tayo ng ating kamay is wala lang, basa ng tubig, sabon, tapos again, wash with water without even paying attention to the details, yung mga kuko po natin, if may nanunuot po dyan, or yung mga gilid-gilid, or the inside of the knuckles, or saan po yung mga dito po natin. So, this indicator is very important to remind everyone what are the correct steps in the proper hand hygiene or the promotion to do effective hand hygiene. So yes, score of 2 if yes, hand hygiene promotion materials are clearly visible and understandable at key places. 1 naman is high hand promotion is available but some places but not all. And a score of 0 is walang promotion materials for hand hygiene which is clearly visible and understandable. So, key places include po natin dito ang points of care, the waiting room, the facilities entrance, and within 5 meters of latrines or toilets. Next. So, another indicator for hand hygiene is the functioning hand hygiene stations available in service areas. Service areas include sterilization at yung po mga CSR po natin, yung laboratory, kitchen, laundry, showers, waste zone, mortuary, including yung mga hallways, entrances, exit, information, and other waiting areas. A score of 2 if hand hygiene stations are available in service areas, following the minimum number required, and a score of 1 if functioning stations are present but no soap or 70% alcohol-based hand rub solution available, or there is insufficient number. And a score of 0 if no functioning hand hygiene stations present or hand washing stations present, but no water available. Next, please.
Ah,
Another is functioning hand hygiene stations available in waste disposal area. So preferably hand hygiene stations should be designed as hands-free, or that the top can be turned on or off by using one's arm, elbow, or foot, or using motion sensor. If you example po yung mga foot controlled na mga yung sensor po katulad mo sa mga malls na through sensor na lang, or if ever yung mga foot pedal functioning na mga hand washing stations. So a score of 2 if functioning hand hygiene stations are available in waste disposal area. Score of 1 if functioning hand hygiene stations are present in waste disposal area but walang tubig or soap. Then a score of 0 if no functioning hand hygiene stations are present. Next indicator is hand hygiene compliance undertaken regularly. This is why po during our monitoring and validations, we are asking if we are conducting education on proper hand washing, and are we monitoring the staff's compliance on hand hygiene, not only the staff but including for the patients or the visitors who will come and go into our health facility. Yes, hand hygiene compliance are undertaken regularly. Hand hygiene compliance are not carried out with any regularity. That will be a score of 1. And a score of 0 if hand hygiene compliance at critical moments not followed at all. So these are the 5 key alam na po natin to kahit kahit nakapikit ang ating mga mata, we know this one. What are the key moments of hand hygiene? So before touching the patient, before clean aseptic procedure, antiseptic procedure, after body fluid exposure, after touching a patient, and after touching the patient's surroundings. And last, an additional one is after removing our gloves, because sometimes we're thinking we are wearing gloves, so no need to do hand hygiene. But I would like to remind everyone that after removing one's gloves, we have to do hand hygiene. Next slide, please. So another indicator is the staff can demonstrate correct procedures for hand washing. This is again sometimes during our monitoring again we ask randomly staff or security guards or utilities to perform hand hygiene for us. This is also in connection with sa mga promotional materials na available in in key places where it will guide the person or the personnel to perform proper hand washing, because sometimes we will forget what are the correct steps, or fingers interlace yung mga fingers natin. So this will you can assess thoroughly, or this will remind us how to do hand washing properly. So a score of 2 if all staff can demonstrate correct procedure for hand washing. A score of 1 if some staff can demonstrate correct procedures for hand washing, or 0 if none of the staff can demonstrate correct procedures for hand washing. Next, please. So that would be for hand hygiene. I will hand over you to engineer for environmental cleaning, infrastructure, and services.
Yan, hello. Okay. So, we're at the environmental cleaning, infrastructure, and services. So, next. So, for our indicator, a clear and detailed facility, cleaning policy or protocol is clearly displayed, which is implemented and monitored. So, dapat talaga it is also included in our healthcare waste management plan on how ano yung cleaning policy or protocol sa inyong facility, which is kuno kanang kuan lang tawagan ni kanang reflected lang siya sa inyong policy sa healthcare waste management manual. Then if and also it is should be monitored, no, na properly implemented ba gyud ang ato ang cleaning policy. So if this is implemented and monitored, it is a score of 2. So I'll be looking this cleaning logbook within your facility, no. So after kuan murag namagid mo yung murag logbook gid na sa inyong kuan for healthcare workers. And if kuan ni-exist ang policy, cleaning policy or protocol but is not implemented or monitored, then 1. Then if none cleaning policy or protocol exists, then 0. Okay. For next indicator, appropriate and well-maintained materials for cleaning available. So it's all the same, no, na dapat available gihapon and well-maintained materials for cleaning. And for a score of 2, hello? Dara, okay. For 1, if not well-maintained lang, 1. Then if walang available nga cleaning materials sa facility, then you may score 0. Next. So there should be a designated physical space for storage, preparation, and care of cleaning supplies and equipment. So ang atong cleaning materials should include, no, detergent or soap, mga disinfectant, like mga liquid bleach, chlorine granules or powder, portable containers, surface cleaning cloths, mops or floor cloths with buckets or ringers, pedal operated trash bin. So it should be implemented nga after collecting our waste sa trash bin, so it should be cleaned, no, or disinfected before putting it again sa ato ang waste nga siting sa atong facility. So it should be practice sa ato. So and also included po ni siya sa atong healthcare waste management plan if for cleaning policy. Okay, next. So for our next indicator, personal, no, PPE available to all cleaning staff. So again, for the minimum requirement of the PPEs, so nalan siya mask, gloves, and also the boots, no. Pero if kaya apron na katong overall gid sa tanan nga PPE, so it's much better, no, for safety sa ato ang waste nga cleaning staff. So if available na siya tanan, 2. Then if available ang equipment but in poor condition or not all have PPEs, kay 1. Then if none good is 0. Okay, next. So for next indicator, all staff responsible have received training on environmental cleaning. So if all the cleaning staff ay may receive na training that they can demonstrate correct procedures for environmental cleaning, so we should have 2. Then at least half lang ang responsible staff nga naka-receive og training, then 1. Then last if 0 siya if no staff good naka-receive og training and can demonstrate the correct procedures for environmental cleaning. The next mechanism exists to track supply of IPC related materials. So IPC related materials nga included ang ato ang PPEs, materials and supplies used for cleaning and disinfection and for hand hygiene. So dapat nagitay murag extra, no, na supply sa ingani kay lisod po og kuan po siya if tubig lang yung gagamitin natin, no, without disinfectant sa atong facility. So if this is available, we have supply mga IPC related materials, then 2. Then if we have the natay supply nga mga IPC related materials but is not enforced, then 1. Then if none good is 0. Okay, next. So next indicator, record of
Thank you, Shami.
Nga sumama nga madato di kuno lagi ko. Ato naman ko daan. Iya lah gagawin asa mo tayo lang haron. Kan kali sila di sini yo. Basta malabah hospital ron kaysa sa daghana nga wana libro-libro. Agak mana pun libro ano.
Okay. Bye.
Dapat na kay libro.
Walang audio, sir.
Wali ay.
Hello? So, okay, ano?
Betul lah bos dia.
Hello? No, sorry for the technical glitch.
Tagan
So again, going back to the indicator, record of cleaning visible and signed by the cleaners each day. So there should be a logbook, no? Nga after cleaning, they should sign the logbook, no? Para to sure nga they're following the cleaning policy sa facility. So if
LTO update sa mga taga-Dawis Panglao.
narang kuan logbook, na-presented na siya during validation, so then two, then if na record of cleaning exists but is not completed daily or is outdated, then 1. And lastly, if wala yun, then 0. So, okay, next. So, next indicator, laundry facilities are available. No? If laundry services are outsourced, there must be means to confirm that they follow standard FPC procedures. So, we should ask no sa katong mga outsource of MOA, Memorandum of Agreement or Memorandum of Understanding nila nga ni follow bagid sila of standards no for IPC measures. So if these laundry facilities are available or outsourced, then 2. Then if ang laundry facilities exist but are not working or not being used, or outsourced laundry services are not available to follow standard IPC measures, then 1. Then if wala yun is 0. Next, then last, so we have our last nga wash fleet nga domain, which is management. So for the management, our indicator, facility has sufficient ventilation. So facility if 2 no, yes, if facility has sufficient ventilation and regularly checked or maintained by the facility engineer. So it is also kind of reflected po siya sa ato ang PMS sa facility. Then if facility has some ventilation but is not well maintained or is insufficient to produce ventilation and wala pa gid nga regularly check sa facility engineer, then 1. Then if wala gid sufficient ventilation, then 0. So for patient rooms and wards, use of dilution ventilation system or use of unidirectional electric fans to direct airflow. So for COVID-19, single isolation rooms and ICU negative pressure rooms with a minimum of 12 air changes per hour or at least 160 liters per second per patient in facilities with natural ventilation. Then lastly, in the buffer zone of the triage area, emergency department and COVID-19 isolation wards, negative pressure ventilation or dilution ventilation with air exhausted to an airspace with no people. Okay. For the next indicator, vermin or vector control program implemented. So there should be have a purchase order or hospital order. This nga we have a initiatives for vermin or vector control program nga gi-implement sa atong facility, no? So if present lang the if available, dapat available ang kanang purchase order for vermin, then you may score 2. Then if wala gid na implement, this nga indicator is 0. Okay, next next indicator is wash fit and other quality improvement management plan. So this, if naatay plan, like itong mga healthcare waste management, mga mga IPC, SSP, and WSP. So kaning SSP is sanitation safety plan, and WSP is for water safety plan. So if kaning nga plan is available sa facility na ara implemented in the regular monitor, then we can have a score of 2. No, for the SSP and WSP, if not available pa sa inyong facility, it is ma-download lang niya siya nga guide sa ato ang wash fit nga guidelines. So I'll be presenting it later. Then for the score of 1, wash fit and other quality improvement or management plan is complete but not has been implemented or monitored or is incomplete. Then 1, then if none yun for the facility is 0. Okay. So for the healthcare waste management plan, you may refer to the healthcare waste management manual in the 4th edition. So we have a department circular number 2020-0191. So it can be downloaded rapod sa Google online. The next. Then for water safety plan, we have a DOHA administrative number 2014-0027. So muna siya National Policy on Drinking Water Safety Plan for all drinking water services providers. Okay. Then for our sanitation safety plan, it should be implemented by the hospitals to ensure safely managed sanitation systems and safely treated and reuse of wastewater. So our next indicator, adequate budget for wash infrastructure and operated are utilized. So if the facility have enough budget for the wash services or water sanitation and hygiene services, then you may score 2. But if an annual plan budget for the facility is available but budget is insufficient or not fully utilized, then it's 1. Then if not available yun, then 0. So next indicator, adequate cleaners and wash maintenance staff. So if we have adequate igura atong cleaners sa facility for maintenance sa atua facility, then you may score 2. Then if available siya na we have the cleaning workers but dili gid siya sufficient bitaw sa atong facility, then 1 siya. Then if none good, then ara na siya ma 0. So next indicator is the new personnel receive IPC training before deployment. So if nabatay train nga IPC personnel sa ato ang facility. So if natay naka-receive ang training of ang ato new personnel with regards to IPC, then you may score 2. Then if not all before deployment, then 1. Then if wala gid siya ma-train for IPC, then 0. Okay, the next indicator, presence of ICC or ICT committee team or designated healthcare worker for IPC. So during the monitoring and validation, it should reflect din dapat na atay IPC nga committee or kani nga mga team. So if available na atong hospital order, then meeting, minutes of meeting if dapat mag-conduct og regularly nga meeting sa facility of the committee. Then provide og pictures, then itong agenda. So if this is nara sa facility, then 2. Then 1 siya if ang focal point does not have sufficient time, resources or motivation to carry out duties, then 1. Then if none yun, wala yun ang the facility does not have an ICC na committee or team or a designated healthcare worker for IPC, then it is 0. So okay, that would be all for the domains, no, na para to ang 50 total indicators sa tuang wash fit. So after that, if nakabantay mo sa atong Excel file, itong nag-answer mo wash fit last year, kay this year, kay inyong na submit man is katong using the ONA site, makompute dito if pila gyud ang inyong rating sa ato ang wash fit. So if you receive 3 stars, then 100% of national indicators are fully meeting minimum standards with at least 75% of advanced global indicators fully meeting minimum standards. So inyong schedule for reassessment is for another 12 months or 1 year. So again, for the 2 stars, at least ano siya, 31% of advanced global indicators fully meeting minimum standards. Then ang schedule for reassessment is do another assessment after 12 months Japan. The next, for the 1-star rating, 50% of the national indicators are at least partially meeting the minimum standards with at least one advanced global indicators partially meeting minimum standards. So, as you can remember, sa ato ang wash fit, we have the national and global indicators. So, if ato ang global national indicators is 50% ra ang meet sa minimum standards, so mo to 1 siya. Kaya ang atong 2 ug 3 is mo to siya 100%, pero nalay di pa rin siya gamay sa global indicators. Then for the reassessment ani is do another assessment after 6 months. Okay, for no stars, no, I hope good nga pan no wala gyud mga no stars, pero namang meron man nga magka no stars, so make an improvement plan to improve the facility. So step by step lang, since this is the goal man of the wash fit, to be para ma-improve. So at least one of the national indicator is not meeting minimum standards. So do next assessment after 3 months. Okay, next. So for the wash fit indicators, so mao ni siyang katong wash fit nga reference numbers, no, for the national indicators and for the global indicators. If lot of you are familiarized kung ano yung national or global nga indicators natin sa ating wash fit. Okay, next. Okay, so we're down na for the green viability assessment system. So for the green viability system, it is under the green and safe health facility nga manual. Then the green and safe health facility manual has a GVA tool. So muna siyang green viability assessment tool. So it is developed with the DOH to ensure the compliance to the requirements indicated in the green and safe health facility manual. So it consists of 3 parts that must be answered by the facility. If you are familiar with this tool, so makikita nyo yung general information, no, sa inyong facility, consumption of electricity, water, fuel, yung hazardous waste ninyo. So doon i-fill up na yung mga basic information. And lastly, the GVA indicators or our performance standards na i-discuss natin ngayon per parameters niya. Okay, next. So for the Green and Safe Health Facility Manual, first edition, so you may download the manual. Just type the bit.ly/DOH Green Manual. Then for the tool, GVA tool, /GVA tool. Then for our wash fit nga guidelines, you may download it sa bit.ly/washfit guide. Then for the tool is ito yung Excel file. Then bit.ly/washfit tool. Then for your guidance for making an water sanitation plan, you may type the bit.ly/plan water. So nandun na po yung mga guidelines for crafting the water sanitation plan, and for your reference na po. And also for the sanitation safety plan for health facility. So ito yun, yung search na lang the link /SSP plan HF. Okay. Next, for the green viability assessment tool, we have the scoring system of 1, 0.5, and 0.
Hindi man pula kayo ka lagi.
Sapaw nga, tol.
So,
Wait,
okay. So for 1, if the answer to guide questions is yes, no? Kung meron yung napakita na MOVs during validation, so it should score 1. Then if in progress, yung gagawin pa lang, wala pang yung may initiatives pa lang is 0.5. Then if wala pa talaga, hindi pa talaga siya na gawa, is 0, and also wala pang nakakita. Okay, next. So for the general information, so I'll be i-walk through na lang siya nga sa slide, since this general information is also located na po sa pag-answer na to sa tong health facility profiling. So nato diri ang name of the facility, asa nga region, province niya. So ano siya? The next, then contact number. Then also we have the point person for energy efficient and conservation officer, or ECO. Then also the PCO. Next, for the total number of personnel for regular and JOs na to. So i-fill up lang gyapon. Okay, for the physical distribution, we have the total gross floor area. So total gross floor area is different from the lot area. So paano siya area gid siya sa ato ang building. Then for example, building A, if ang total floor area niya is 300, then if napa siya floors, pila pa siya ka floors, third floor, second floor, then you may times if sa first nga ground floor area. So para siya indicate lang per building. Then if nakandak ba ta og hammer test, nakandak ba ta hammer test sa atong building, and also conducted the hospital safety index sa atong building. Okay, next. Then for the geographical distribution, we have the latitude or longitude, which can be source na for Google Earth, na makita na nato sa tuwang latitude or longitude. Then the total lot area, so ano siya, lot area. Then for the green space area, meaning yung saan po natin pwede malagay yung mga plants natin, kung saan pa pwede maglagay. So sasali din siya yun sa area natin for the green space. So if you have healing gardens or vegetation sa inyong facility, so included din siya for the green space area. And also conducted soil testing and the location of the hospital. So you may sa source na to for Project NOAA, hazard points, profiling, National Water Resources Board, and etc. And also the location or distance in kilometer sa atuang facility, if applicable. Okay, next. So for the consumption, so we have this, it should be have an information for energy, fuel, generation or production of renewable energy, water consumption, general waste collection, hazardous waste, radioactive waste, if applicable, and also the sewage treatment plant na consumption. So again, for energy consumption, sa nakikita nyo is 2020, 2021, and 2022, so 3 years. Then sa ngayon is 2024 naman. So yung basis naman yun dito is 2023, kuan, 2022, 2023, and 2024. Yun yung basis for this information and all the all the remaining na consumption sa slides na to. Then same po diri for fuel. If kay dito man gud sa information ani, so dapat kasi siya na re-reflect kung talagang naka-save ba kayo ng consumption, no? So dito niyo matatrack kung saan kayo nakatipid ba kayo dito na buwan or year. Then if makikita nyo increasing yung consumption yun, then you can make a plan on how to minimize your consumption sa inyong facility. Okay, next. Then for production or generation from renewable energy, so if this on-grid ba or off-grid. So off-grid, it means that it is salig siya for electricity, like the emergency lights. So it's considered siya on-grid. Then if off-grid, like it's depending sa ato ang mga battery, then siya for renewable energy source. Then if you have a solar panel, then if cost per kilowatt in your area. Okay, next, then so this will include Japan kung ano yung monthly production or generation from the renewable energy. Next. So for the information on water consumption, is there an available water storage or water tank sa inyong facility? Then, ano po yung volume niya? Then, what is its purpose for rainwater storage, treated water, or dual purpose ba siya? And also, available ba yung rainwater harvesting sa ating facility? Then, dito, compute pa din yung water consumption. Okay, next. Then, also the information of our general waste, if conducted, so dapat talaga magkakonduct ng audit if talaga you're practicing minimization of our waste sa ito ang facility. Okay, next. For the laboratory stockpile of mercury within your facility. Infectious waste being treated in the health facility, so by autoclaving maron or any. Then if no, how do you treat your waste? Then who is the service provider and others, or meaning it is by third party or it is within your facility. So again, nandiyan po siya indicate for hazardous waste collection na siya. Next, then lastly for the information of radioactive waste, so this is if applicable sa inyong facility, kay not all health facility man generating radioactive waste collection. So if the facility generated radioactive, so you may indicate na lang if how much yung inyong collect. Then for the sewage treatment plant, pila ihangkuan maintenance cost niya, no? So indicated gyapon siya, dapat lagi siya murag itong using the PMS sa atong STP. Okay, so let's start the performance standard 1 for governance. So we have 8 performance standard. So the governance, the energy efficiency, water efficiency, healthcare waste management, and so on. So itatakala po natin dito sa board 1. So for the governance na GVA, so it has subcategories, which is it includes roles and responsibilities, assessing and planning, development and promotion sa loob ng ating facility. So for the subcategory of roles and responsibility, for questions G1 and G2, the evidences or rationale sa ito na questions. So this should be available no in the during validation sa atong facility, the presence of hospital committees no. All committees nga nga have the authority and resources to carry out activities for the greening of our facilities. So, nadiha itong Green and Safe Hospital Committee, the Healthcare Waste, the Patient Safety, Infection Committee. So, it should be available no, sa inyong facility. So, during validation, provide lang tao MOVs. No? Tapat na po siya minutes of meeting conducted, then programs or activities sa inyong facility, and also define roles and responsibility. So, pakita lang nyo to during validation, then mag-score na siya ng 1. So, okay, next. Next, for the G3, to be a green and safe health facility, does the health facility commit to increase its safety, sustainability, and resilience by investing in the performance standards? So, we should have a commitment letter, no? And also the annual budget plan or investment strategies para ma-follow yung mga standards no, sa ating green and safe manual. Then we should have a budget allocation for our energy efficiency program, water efficiency and conservation program, for healthcare waste management, and also for green procurement. So dapat may initiative siya sa facility na to do this for the facility nga to become a resilient facility. Okay, next. Next, for G4, has the facility initiated that the point person on the green and safe health facility undergo training for green certification? So for this evidences or rationale, orientation on green and safe health facility program. So this training or green certification, this can be acquired sa ato ang Philippine Green Building Code Council or PhilGBC and the Philippine Green Building Code initiatives, which is conducted na siya for the green or board professionals diri sa Philippines. Then sa ito din again, going back sa itong question is na siya, i-search na siya online if nahan mo undergo training no. Of course napo ni siya bayad yun if mag-undergo mo training sa ato ang mga boarding professionals. Okay, next. So for G5, nabatay mo specific issuance no or guidelines or standards na ma-incorporate for the green and safe health facility. So example na hospital order, prohibition of unnecessary single-use plastics no sa atong facility. So example lang ni siya nga guidance or issuance since kaya magong single-use plastics kay makakos man gani siya og kanang waste nga mixture no imbes ang ato ang malata o di malata og kanang infectious kay atong ibuwag, so mausa na nun siya sa masali na din siya sa other na waste container. So dapat may talaga issuance talaga nga ibaban talaga yung single use plastics sa ating facility no. Other facilities are practicing this no during monitoring. They have an hospital order that wala talagang single use plastic. So lahat ng papasok sa kanila hospital is naka may baon talaga or may dala na baon na then naka container na siya nga for their own use na po no. Okay, next. For G6, may planning tool ba to identify problems and analyze the reasons for shortfalls to improve the specific condition for your healthcare setting. So may using ba the benchmark analysis or root cause analysis or any analysis nga nagkakandak ng for that needs for assessment sa facility. So like more planning ka lang siya, planning tool sa inyong facility on how to resolve kanang issues and concerns sa facility. Okay? For G7, green and safe facility initiatives may be included by implementers in their GAD targets. So we should have policy on harmonized gender and development guidelines, and also annual GAD plan, and the GAD targets checklist. Then for G8, does the health facility have a monitoring system or has the accomplish of the green viability assessment tool been conducted annually? So this parameter is considered naman yes if submitted the facility has already submitted the GVA tool sa aming email. Okay. The next for G9, is there a training conducted to healthcare workers for the compliance to green and safe health facilities? So for this training certificates, it is conducted by the facility, initiatives for the facility for their staff or the healthcare workers like the hospital safety disaster module, the healthcare risk training, the IPC, the patient safety, So patient safety training if available lang. So dapat if presented lang the training certificates for the MOBs, pictures, attendance, and the activity report ba yan or agenda for the conduct of training sa facility. So for G10, is there a constant reminder on your health facility of the importance of the IPC, patient safety, and routine measures required to achieve it? So dapat na-engage din ang ating sa facility for activities and programs, and also campaign and promotion activities sa ating mga SOs and the staff. Okay, next. So next for the energy efficiency, performance standard 2. So next. So it's subcategories, so energy label and management, in energy conservation, and natural ventilation and building envelope. So for our first subcategory energy label and management, for E1 and E2, does the health facility equipment and appliances energy efficiency rated? So which follows the presence of the yellow colored tag or tag attached on products or printed on the box within the power consumption, energy efficiency, or capacity specified for the procurement of energy consuming products? And has the facility used light bulbs and electrical devices with more efficient model or types of itong mga LEDs nato or imported technology nga mga equipment sa atong facility? So i-provide lang for the evidence or rationale, provide lang og purchase order with regards to these appliances, presence of yellow colored tag nga attached to the products, so para kay makita ang if usa siya ka efficient by purchasing that appliances. Then use of automated device, motion sensors, national night switches, and also the energy efficiency and conservation plan. So dapat may mga may mga initiatives tayo sa ating facility to be efficient sa atong energy, like sa hallways, if we can use the natural lighting sa ating facility, then pwede na lang natin i-off yung other bulbs natin or yung lights to save energy. Then also indicated na lang ito sa ating energy efficiency and conservation plan. Okay, next. Then this health facility formulates an energy efficient and conservation program plan and the appropriate amounts from its approved annual budget sa ating facility. So again, provide lang of purchase order of the appliances. The yellow tags, same. So, for the A1 to A4, same lang po yung evidences or rationale na ipapakita. So, kung meron lang po, then yes na yung yung dito na questions. Okay, next. So, for energy conservation, implied, does the health facility adapt or use renewable energy strategies as backup or secondary line for electricity? So, ang evidences or rationale ni is plans or schematics on renewable energy, purchase order or request for renewable energy, and also an audit report sa ato ang mga renewable energy. So, when we say renewable energy, backup generator is not considered kana renewable energy since it's using fuel. So, ang atong means of renewable energy is like from solar, like wind, baron nga itong mga turbines, if naalang, mga sa hydro, geothermal, and also biomass. No? So, mga siya, biodegradable na siya, biomass. Then, if naalang tani, i-present lang ang ato ang evidences. The next, for E6, nag-conduct batag energy audit and submit to the DOE every 3 years. So, if magpa-audit sa energy sa DOE for energy audit, then will be given an audit certificate sa DOE. So, i-provide lang if magpa-audit. Then, if wala gid siya, kay considered gid siya nga zero. Kani nga audit, kani nga questions po. The next. For E7, annual energy targets, energy conservation plan, and methods of measurements and verification for the implementation of energy efficiency and conservation projects. So, provide lang ta sa energy conservation plan sa facility. So, for E8, submit an annual energy consumption report and annual energy conservation report to the DOE, no, in accordance with the facility annual energy reduction target. So, if you have an account sa DOE, every month, no, ang submission on the 15th. Dili lang yun siya for April 15th, but for every 15th ni siya nga a day sa submission. So, if provide lang nga record, then this considered na siya for katong yes. Okay, next. For A9, nag-perform ba og PMS sa atong facility, no? Dili lang siya for computers, but for all mga vehicle and equipment, for mga aircons, mga lightings, and tanan nga need i-preventive maintenance, no? Dili lang siya maintenance nga naguba na. So dapat hindi pa nasisira yung equipment, dapat may preventive maintenance or checking na siya na ginagawa before siya ma-damage, no? So that's use of preventive maintenance checklist and records. So provide lang tag evidences with a logbook manggaro na siya, then yung mga ginawa sa equipment natin. Okay, for natural ventilation and building envelope, our questions E10, health facility been planned and designed to maximize use of. So ito yung sinasabi ko nga na use of our natural light to reduce the use of artificial illumination or using our light bulbs. So if may mga hallways tayo na kaya lang ng natural light natin sa labas, then we can off the artificial illumination or light bulbs natin para ma-conserve naman yung energy. Pero kung medyo madilim talaga, di talaga kaya ng natural light natin, then use na lang natin yung illumination para di naman medyo madilim tignan. Then, may plan ba ang facility and design for complete gaskets, weather strippings, door bottom sweep and still. So sa mga air conditioned areas to, no, na dapat may mga gaskets or weather strippings para di madali lumabas yung yung air condition, yung mga aircon, no? Yung coldness ng aircon, hindi yung aircon. Okay? So, does your facility follow the minimum light required? So, maning SRI of 70 using the HPEP na color scheme, no? So, SRI of 70, this man siya mga color for mga beige or tan, light, mga white, reflective white. So, something ana. So, that is more beyond 70 na siya ng SRI. So, mga earth colors natin. Diba? Hindi yung mga dark na color since it absorbs more heat sa ating facility. So, the lighter, the better. Okay, for the evidences, building design plan lang and purchase order request. Then, during site inspection, siya ay ginapangita ang art, natural light, so mga gas stripping, and also the light colored building scheme. Okay, next. So next, for the water efficiency and sanitation and hygiene, so I would give the floor to Ma'am Sally Antipesto. Thank you.
Okay, so okay pa ba tang tanan? Are we still listening? Can you give me a thumbs up if okay pa ta diring Pepita? Hello? Thank you, Ma Mary Rose. Alright, naapa di ay naminaw. So, to continue with for the GPA 2 assessment for water efficiency, sanitation, and hygiene. Next. The subcategories is sufficient and safe water supply, water management and discharge, and water sanitation and hygiene. Next slide, please. For sufficient and safe water supply, the questions will be, does the health facility conform to the latest Philippine national standards for drinking water with regard to the sufficient quantities and quality of drinking water? Or does the health facility conduct testing and regular monitoring as indicated in the Philippine national standard for drinking water? Or does the facility, does the facility develop and implemented the water safety plan? The evidences for this subcategory, for these questions, which we will look into, is the health facilities water management plan, the water conservation plan, if they have test results, or if we will ask also for the monitoring plan as well as the water safety plan. Next questions will be, does the health facility have a rainwater collection system as an adaptation measure to combat climate change? So how do we verify that one? If you have a photo of a rainwater collection system, or we will check that one, or if you have a purchase or order request for a rainwater collection system. Next question would be, does the health facility include safe drinking water with a guaranteed capacity that would last at least 72 hours in addition to the 3-day water reserve that we require? So the evidences would be a emergency water tank and a safe drinking water reserve. Next subcategory is for the water management and discharge. The questions for this category would be, does the health facility determine qualitative and quantitative analysis of water consumption? So a report or an audit report in a water consumption or a water consumption report would suffice for this question as an evidence. So another question would be, are the faucets in the health facilities and plumbing is water efficient? Is it with 20 to 60 psi? So photos of a water efficient plumbing fixtures, if you have a low flow shower heads or facet aerators, those details we will have to look into during validation or checking of evidences. Next would be, are there management controls like sub-metering and water pressures regulators installed in the water system line? So we will check for the sub-metering and water pressure regulators as an evidence for this category. Next is another question would be, is the health facility able to utilize available alternative water sources? So what would be another option for a water source? Would it be, example would be a rainwater if mag-harvest wata, if do we harvest rainwater or do we reuse our treated wastewater kato ang mga, if we have as we have discussed during sa pang wash pit assessment tool, if do we treat wastewater. So does the facility, another question, does the health facility have an educational program for healthcare workers and stakeholders that highlights the need to conserve the efficient use of water and their different water conservation programs? So do we have an orientation on water conservation programs, promotional materials, or our IEC materials on water conservation programs? Then another question to this subcategory would be, does the health facility implement or maximize the use treated wastewater for cleaning of service vehicles? For example, the reuse of treated wastewater for using of flushing the toilets or cleaning the watering the plants or cleaning the for other non-potable purposes. So photos of wastewater reuse or sanitation safety plan would suffice as an evidence for this subcategory. Next, please. So water sanitation and hygiene subcategory, the questions would be, does the health facility provide sufficient and functional hand hygiene facility with easy access to soap and water for healthcare workers? It is not sufficient that we have we have a hand hygiene facility but doesn't have soap and water, or is it not functional as we have discussed earlier? It should have a functional and available hand hygiene facility. So photos and inventory or spot check of the hand hygiene facility should be done, or as an evidence for this subcategory. Then the next question for water sanitation and hygiene would be, does the health facility comply with the requirements of the DOH Department Circular Number 2021-0240 entitled the Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations of Chapter 17 Sewage Collection and Disposal of Excreta, Disposal and Drainage of the Code on Sanitation of the Philippines. So we will ask for, or you will provide for, sanitary permit, discharge permit, certificate of sewer connection, or the sanitary safety plan, or a photo of our sewage treatment plan. Next, please. For wash, another question would be does the facility follows the 5 moments of hand hygiene technique by World Health Organization? So yun po yung ating mga IEC materials. Is it provided or posted in conspicuous areas in the health facility? Then another question would be, without adequate attention to water, sanitation, and hygiene, universal health coverage will be difficult to attain. Has the health facility accomplished the Philippine version of the wash fit tool? So that's why diniscuss po namin first yung wash fit, because this yung wash fit tool assessment tool, because this will be part of the GVA assessment tool. So the evidence will be asked for this one is our accomplished wash fit tool. Next, okay, so I will hand over you to Engineer Lord for GVA tool on healthcare waste management.
Okay, so we're on our performance standard for healthcare waste management. So our subcategories would be the sustainable healthcare waste management, and healthcare waste minimization and recovery. So for our subcategory, sustainable healthcare waste management. So do we have healthcare waste treatment sa itong facility on infectious waste, and also a formal healthcare waste management plan that includes all types of waste generated in the facility. So you should evidences lang is the photos of on-site healthcare waste treatment, the hazardous waste generation ID, the permit to transport na valid at least 6 months, MOA with the DNR, accredited TSD facility yung mga third-party collectors natin. So dapat may MOA tayo doon, and also the updated healthcare waste management plan. So I hope the all facilities may update ba sa kanilang healthcare waste management plan nila. So you can submit to me your updated healthcare waste management plan para ma-record. Okay, next. Then as the hospital and other health facilities encourage the use of reusable packaging and to start minimizing the volume of waste upon entry to their facility. So we have dapat may hospital policy on the 3 R's, reduce, reuse, and recycle, and percent of the recyclable. So this percent of recyclables, at least 10% of the total waste generated, it is computed by using the waste audit natin sa facility for recyclables. So dapat may talaga tayo kilogram, no? Waste audit na gikilo sa ato ang mga waste, each waste gid nato. So during monitoring and validation, I highly suggest nga to audit, no, sa inyong facility. The next, for reference to the latest DOH Healthcare Waste Management Manual. So ang facility conduct bag orientation sa atong health worker. So again, provide lang gyapon og minutes of meeting and orientation documentation report during sa orientation sa ato ang healthcare workers and also our staff if na-follow ba gyud ang guidelines and protocols. The next, is there a wastewater treatment plant or STP? So provide lang taning evidences atong discharge permit, certificate of sewer connection, monitoring result of treated wastewater from the STP, yung mga effluent testing natin, if pasado ba siya sa guidelines for effluent standard natin. Then photos of STP, yung mga testing report natin quarterly, then self-monitoring report, the PMS, the memorandum of agreement with the contractor, and also the wastewater hemodialysis treatment natin. So for H6, positive impact to the green and safe health facility towards sustainable healthcare waste management. So does the facility now implement the patient safety in IPC and also the OSH programs or intervention? So we should have a hospital order, minutes of meeting, and also vaccination of waste handlers like hepatitis B and also tetanus oxide. Okay, next, for healthcare waste minimization and recovery, naka-accomplish ba kayo ng assessment tool? So during validation po namin and monitoring, we'll be asking also the accomplished healthcare waste assessment tool. So sa question na to is okay na to since nag-assess naman yung mga point persons for the healthcare waste management. Then, does the health facility establish proper waste recycling that reduce the demand for new resources and cuts down on the effort of transportation and production? So, dapat may MRF din tayo sa ating facility and also programs or activities on recycling, no, sa ating hospital. Then, di ba? So, does the health facility promote and consider the necessary single-use plastics? So, ito, again, na hospital order pa din on regards to single-use plastics, no? Banning of single-use plastics, promotion or activities or campaign, and also IEC materials posted na makita sa ating hospital sa ating mga SOs or mga patients na we should not allow single-use plastics na sa ating facility. The next, does the health facility have a healthcare waste storage area with 4 compartments, no? So dapat may 4 compartments talaga tayo. So ito yung for a standard, no, for waste storage area, storage facility. So provide lang kuan pictures or photos during pag-submit sa MOA sa evidences. Then also formal waste audit. So katuning kilo of waste sa ato ang facility, all na waste nga generated. So mano siyang healthcare waste management audit report. Okay, next. So for the performance standard 5, environmentally resilient health facility. So our subcategories are resilient and environmentally sustainable health facility and hospital safety. So for our subcategory of resilient and environmentally sustainable health facilities, so does your health facility have available hazard map or other hazard information affecting its safety and its role in emergency and disaster? So, and also has institutionalized the Dream Age plan and organized and trained health emergency response teams. So provide lang tao hazard map, pakita lang sa pictures, disaster risk reduction management plan or katong Dream Age na plan, evacuation plan, and also certificate of training sa ato mga health emergency response team ato. Then next, does the health facility evaluate the capability of health facility infrastructure na to be able to withstand storms, flooding, disasters, and ensures the emergency backup systems that will need to be used during climate-related emergency, and also a on-site renewable energy or backup electricity generation. So dito na po yung reflect yung generator natin sa facility that power ups at least 48 hours, no? So evidences lang ani or rationale. So ato ang assessment report and also the hospital order, and then type of the renewable energy installed as backup, and also the capacity of renewable energy to supply at least 48 hours of power. Kung gano'n talaga sa gano'n siya tatagal, no? Yung backup natin na energy. Okay, next, for hospital safety, does the health facility have preparedness plan that is readily available in the facility? So provide lang of HEMS plan, again, hazard map, evacuation plan, decontamination plan, and security plan sa atong facility. And may hospital safe index assessment report ba na accomplish? So provide lang taning so some hospitals have hospital safety index tool sa katong mga na nominate for green and safe health facility or star tool. So okay, provide lang po ani. The next, for the AR7 mga SOPs, no, we have the number SOPs, so provide lang og copy, training conducted, and also incident report during or after disaster, no, sa atong facility. Then does the health facility investigate the condition of structural members of the building? So again, provide lang po og structural validity assessment report ani. The next, then for our so we are on the performance standard 6, which is material sustainability. So our subcategories for material sustainability is resilient and environmentally sustainable. Wala nila siya maili. So ika na lang. Next. So for subcategory of sustainable green materials, okay. Okay, dili na. Sige. Nagkuhan no? Proper waste recycling program in the health facility that demands for new resources and cuts down the effort of transportation production. So ito again MRF, and also program for the activities and on recycling. Then for MS2, for the use of rapidly renewable materials has the capacity to regenerate itself in 10 years or less. So if ni follow bas or ni ang his facility ni observe ani nga following criteria no kaning A o B na 2.5% of the material as rapidly renewable. So it is kaning rapid renewable is reflected na po siya sa ato ang green and safe health facility nga manual. So provide lang tag hospital order or policy on the use of rapidly renewable construction materials, no? And also a purchase order sa ato ang mga renewable materials. Okay, next. Then, does the health facility avoid using building materials or products that contain toxic chemicals? So, it is encouraged no, to use kanang safe nga paints or sealants or adhesives nga mo-release bitaw og kanang volatile nga organic compounds nga kana bitaw murag sakit sa ilong ano. So we have a hospital policy on procurement of green materials, then also for mga purchase order. Then for MS4, does the health facility establish environmental cleaning policies that describe the required type and frequency of cleaning for different purposes? So hospital order or policy and SOPs on environmental cleaning atong gi-tackle ganiya sa wash pit. Then for the MS5, does the health facility management implemented an integrated pest management program? So again, copy ra gyapon of the integrated pest management and also the hospital order or policy on pest management. So pest management, not only indicated siya for kanang rats, cockroaches, or other. So we can also consider food, other animals, food nga makita sa mga facility, no, nga maka-harm sa ato ang patients or SO sulod sa atong facility. So dapat dapat ay management program na nga dili siya makita, no, itong mga lain nga animals. So okay, next. So for MS6, subcategory of sustainable procurement, food and service. So nabatay proper procurement planning in compliance with the DOH Department Memorandum 2019-0280 sa green procurement, and also consider the materials are environment friendly in preparing the specifications of their supplies, equipment, and other materials. So hospital policy letter or order on the green procurement policy. Then for the MS7, does the health facility purchase supply that are source materials locally? So mga kuan siya kanang ginapalit ra siya nga materials within the kuan lagi siya doon sa facility, no? Kanang dili ka siya, hindi malayo yung transportation niya to the facility, no? So yan lang, pakita lang ng purchase order and the policy ninyo na your facility is sourcing for local materials. The next, for the health facility purchase and provide healthy, sustainable food by implementing a step-by-step program to identify and adapt sustainable food procurement, and has the facility develop a sustainable food policy plan. Then, educate or communicate the patients, careers, and healthcare workers about nutritious, ecological, sustainable, and equitable food production practices. So, provide lang taog sustainable food policy plan, sustainable procurement program, plan on food sustainability, and orientation sa ilaha on food sustainability, no? For food policy or plan, during mag-monitoring naman ko'y mga dili apil ang kanang more processed foods sa facility, so it should be healthy, no? So dapat by kanang mga vegetables ba ninyo diha sa hospital, so dapat gina-use siya. No, dapat healthy ang kuan gina-provide para sa mga patients nato. Okay, next. The next performance standard 6 at site sustainability. Our subcategory would be next. Health facility, site sustainability, and healing through the built environment. So, okay, for our first question for health facility site sustainability, has the health facility updated or have the latest health facility or hospital development plan as well as the master site development plan or MSDP, and the subsoil shall be tested for conventional economical structural design and foundation schemes. And the facility nagconduct ba sila og soil analysis or geotechnical investigation. So provide lang taning hospital development plan or katong health facility development plan. So ani send lang og copy the master site development plan and also the zoning plan and also the subsoil test report. Then for SS3 more on siya, promotion on physical activity that helps reduce air pollution. So siya more initiatives for the health facility nga to promote sa mga employees nga on biking and walking padulong sa sa health facility, and also kanang minimize the transportation padulong sa facility. Then promotion of physical activities for patients and employees, so mo na siya mga zumba, biking or walking. So for this nga question is provide lang ta og pictures or planning nyo aning activity. Okay, next. So for healing through the built environment, a good strategy to addressing stress at workplace, patient recovery, and other health and well-being challenges is biophilic design. So biophilic design is muna siya itong mga healing gardens bitaw or mga gardens sa ato ang facility. So it's considered siya as biophilic design. The next, sustainable or green features in landscape design are generally cost-effective. So na by sustainable landscaping plan. So by sustainable landscaping plan, ano siya mga area bitaw nga panindot, dili lang siya murag isa ka kahoy lang na diha nga, so it's not dili siya considered siya nga landscaping. The next, SS6, has the health facility considered and implemented native vegetation. So presence lang of native vegetation and also photos sa ato ang vegetation sa facility nga available. Okay, so we're on to the indoor environmental quality. So our subcategories would be indoor air quality, visual quality, and thermal quality and acoustic quality. So muna siya itong last na performance standard. So for I1, provide like evidences for 100% smoke-free environment policy. So usually during pod monitoring, nakita naman po or may policy naman for this smoke-free environment policy and also the IEC of no smoking. Then may mga grill or mats ba sa pag enter ng facility So dapat may mga talaga grills or mats or entryway devices to capture dirt and particulars upon entering the facility. So next. So has the facility always promoted good heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system? So we should have an HVAC plan, so also in photos of the HVAC system, protective positive and negative pressure sa ato pressure groups. So for I4, did the health facility consider the protective environment room to have either positive pressure or negative pressure with air oxygen directly to outdoors. So we should have exhaust system plan sa ato ang mga na mga positive or negative pressure nga rooms nato. The next. Then for visual quality, has the health facility installed reserve lighting equipment in excess of the required, which is reliable support of or source to carry peak load. So provide lang tag photos, reserve lighting equipment. Example ani is atong mga solar nga street lights. So in kesa mag-use ta og ano bitaw murag i-direct siya sa ato ang electricity. So it's good pud nga natay murag solar nga street lights. Then do they follow the window to wall ratio to maximize the lighting of the green today health facility? So ano for the siya infra, so computed WWR, and also the cross-sectional plan na ni-refer to the Philippine Green Building Code. Then for I7, the lighting system shall be designed for expected activity. So ni follow ba sa recommended illuminance level. So provide lang tag pictures for the illuminance level test result in selected area. Okay, next. So for thermal quality and acoustic quality, ni-maintain ba siya og 20 to 25% sa atong air conditioned space for hospital area for the ease or for patients to be comfortable. So ang ginaming recommended is under 24 degrees again. Pero diha ra gyapon siya nga range 20 to 25%. Then provide na tag hospital order, then the temperature measurement sa ato ang sa atong area, diha nga area. The next for I9, provide of acoustic privacy in patient room, offices, and examinations room with partitions of sound transmission class STCO 45. So we should have an hospital order sa ato ang mga acoustic rooms na nga dili siya madungan bitaw sa uban and dili siya banha. So for I10, have your health facility use shade trees or shading devices to on the exterior to eliminate direct sunlight to the building. So katong mga part nga murag grabe gid kay kainit or mainit talaga yung yung dyan na side sa building. So mas better if may shading trees tayo or shading devices, like yung sa infra. So photos lang of the shading devices. Then for I11, does the noise level in the operational rooms in the hospital follow the minimum standard, So refer lang ta sa manual of the technical guidelines for hospital planning and design, and also this is makita po siya sa green and safe health facility nga manual sa may last nga part for the noise standards sa mga rooms. Okay, next. So okay, that would be all sa ato ang categories or katong performance standards for governance, energy efficiency, WASH, healthcare waste management, environmentally resilient health facility, material sustainability, site sustainability, and indoor environment quality. So we have the subtotal of all the questions, which is a total of 82 and a weighted rating of 100%. So how do we compute man this weighted rating sa atong facility? So for example, for energy efficiency, we have a subtotal of 12, di ba? 12 man ang score. Then if naka-garner kag actual score during validation, so times the weighted rating, so diha na siya makuha ang iyang percentage sa equivalent rating. Then next. Then if matotal na to tanan sa tanan parameters, so 76% up to 100, ma-recognize na siya as a green health facility. So natay ko as scoring average for green stars, 4 green stars, and 5 green stars nga na-assessment nga above average, good practice, and best practice. Then under monitoring to 75 below to 55. So muna siya mga 1 star, 1 green star and 2 green stars. So for the as you can see man sa email, submission of the Green Viability Assessment Tool. So we have selected pa man nga mo submit for the Green Viability Assessment Tool as per the central office. So if may willing mag-submit katong facilities nga not included sa list, you may submit to us sa hfds at ro7.dh.gov.ph. So on or before February 29. And also submit for those na sa list, submit to gshfp@dh.gov.ph, and also SAMUA for we can have a copy sa inyong facility. Then to access the tool, again, type lang bit.ly/GVA tool. Then we have a department memorandum nga gisend pod sa email for your reference sa accomplish nga GVA tool. So these are nominees for submission of the Green Viability Assessment Tool. So we have the Vicente Soto, Governor Celestino Gallares, Diversely, Don Emilio, St. Anthony Mother and Child. So these are the hospitals considered as green facilities, Region 7. So they are under revalidation sa ato ang Green Viability Assessment Tool. Then again, for CPH also, CPH Balamban, CPH Bugo, CPH Karkar, CPH Lanao, Camp Lapu-Lapu Station Hospital, Cebu City Medical Center, Toledo City General Hospital, Katigbian District Hospital, Kong Simeon G. Toribio Memorial Hospital, Garcia Memorial Provincial Hospital, Chidoro B. Galagar District Hospital, Bayawan District Hospital, Governor William Villegas Memorial Hospital, Negros Oriental Provincial Hospital, and Siquijor Provincial Hospital. But for today, nisabit na or yesterday, nisabit na ang Siquijor Provincial Hospital. So, dili siya included. So, I have to assess this facility. So, for these facilities nga included dito sa list, is kindly submit on or before February 29 para na-plot na namin yung schedule for the actual validation sa facility. Kasi i-reassess pa namin yan, yung mga submission, yung mga nag-submit sa GVA. Then, after submit, then we validate the Region 7. Then also, after revalidation sa these hospitals, we'll submit it to the central office for the final validation na at their end. So, next, please. Na? So, open na siya for any questions or queries. And you can unmute if you have questions. Then if none, up lang. So that would be all sa ato GVA na tool. So any questions or none? Or tutong na tanan? Alam ko makita pa din. This GVA dili ra gyud siya ingon for government hospitals kay for kamo gani sa central office nga national, but pwede ra gyud mo join mo apil ang private hospitals It is encouragement according sa Green and Safe Health Facility Manual. All health facilities are encouragement. to be a green facility.
Engineer Lord,
Yes? Yes, sir.
GM, sir. Si Hems.
Okay.
Sir, regarding this sa kuan ni Risa man si Doc ani about sa green viability assessment tool, item environmental resilient health facilities. Sa Dream Edge na part, as your health facility, institutionalize a disaster risk reduction management in health plan and organize and train health emergency response team. So ang evidence na or MOBs na gipangita as stipulated sa inyong tool kay it's either hospital order, minutes of meeting, photos of training, pero wala nabutang diri ang Dream Edge plan itself since ang gipangitaman kay Dream Edge plan.
Murag included lang siguro sa kuan ang Dream Edge plan. Murag makita naman na siya nga kana nga kuan na requirements sa sulod sa Dream Edge plan.
Kay kini si her team sa ato ang Dream Edge, kini mga hospital sa public, they already have cascaded na they need to have a hospital order organizing their health team. So most of these public hospitals in Region 7, kung wala pa ma-organize, is ongoing ang ilahang health emergency response team. So it's okay ran na siya. Just ask to plan lang. Ipakita ko ninyo.
Yes. So, yes, Sir Jay.
Also included ang HSI health HSI and Star Tool because they cannot do a Dream Edge plan without complying the HSI and Star Tool because this will be their basis to come up with their vulnerability assessment, risk assessment for their preparedness, prevention mitigation, response, and recovery plans.
Siguro, natin nila po na Sir Jay, or during the...
And also, to clarify lang, no, does this require na ang mga private hospital to create their Dream Edge plan? Since as of the moment, we already cascaded the Dream Edge plan in DOH hospital, provincial hospitals, district hospitals, and public infirmaries, and also RHUs and CHOs.
So, Dream Edge plan. Sa Sir GM, sa private?
Sa private engineer.
Sa inyong end ka, Sir GM, sa kay kuan for the ilang Dream Edge ka nila.
As to this, no, I thought na amoy communication ani. I-consult lang nako ni sa amo ang head kung sugod ng cascade. Kay naanak ka, since late last year, naka-receive na mi og mga request for Dream Edge planning workshop. I think 3 private hospitals ang request na.
Na-request sa inyong kuan?
Yes, sir. For Dream Edge planning workshop. So, ako lang iklaro kung require na ba sila ang private hospital to have their Dream Edge plan. Anyways, ako lang i-confirm ni Doc Salbay ang kay since na namang good sa indicator sa green viability, ang sa resilience, ang Dream Edge plan.
Permission to speak, Engineer Lord and
yes, sir.
Sir JM.
Yes po.
Just for the information of everyone, no, during the monitoring results that we have, since I am not connected anymore with HFDU, but I'm willing to help them in rolling out this orientation on the GVA tool and wash fit assessment. I think you receive a request letter for that because it's one of the tool or indicators in the iHome tool for continuous quality improvement. However, we suggested that as much as possible, you write a request letter for an orientation of the Dream Age plan. So if I may say for continuous quality improvement per se, I think it would be better that private hospitals should also be included, or I think majority of the provinces are integration sites. So I think they're part of the network. So might as well, we would be very happy if they will come up with a Dream Age plan because it's necessary and it's part of means of replication. And I think we're gearing to that, no, in harmonizing everything, no, with regards to our plans as part of the MOPs, because we're gearing to um, greening our facilities and at the same time to be resilient at the same time of our respective facilities. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Rai.
Noted, Sir Rai. As to policy, we will follow up lang po ng central office.
Okay, Sir JM. So, again, is there any other questions? If none,
Sewer connection.
sewer connection. Okay. So, asa mo ko ang certificate for sewer connection? So, I think you may sir, ask for the DPWH for the sewer connection na certificate. Okay. One. Say question. Ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am Gina, any questions? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Buena po from Vicente Soto.
Okay, yes.
So, Sir Mike, you have presented some of the options for the MOVs. So, for instance po, purchase order
Yes.
sa local supplier that we have been engaging our parang local purchase of engineering materials and maintenance po. So, instead of purchase order, can we also like submit the notice of award or MOA with the local supplier?
Yes po, ma'am. Pwede na po siya i-include sa MOVs. Ato.
Alright, and meron pa po, sa biophilic design or green building concepts, instead of, again, the purchase order, can we submit the terms of reference? Terms of reference pertaining design and build na project.
Pwede rin po siya, ma'am, plan, no? The plan niya itself.
Alright, sige, yun lang po. Thank you.
Sige po. Thank you. Where to submit the GBA toll, sir? Katong wala pa na-appeal sa list. So, for the GBA toll, to submit is sa among email, no? Para ma-assess siya. Itong hfds@ro7.doh.gov.ph. So, doon na po i-submit yung GBA toll. Then, ang ito nasa list, mga to siyang sa Green and Safe na kimilan. Verification lang sir. They listed health facilities and are required mag-forward sila ng GBA toll this month. Yes, they are required sila pag-submit silang GBA tool, but if your facility is kanang capable of katuna sa mga gisgot sa tool, then pwede na po move forward, no? Ma-advance na siya. Na this month. The verses, ano sa
The nurses who were trained on IPC and healthcare waste management have already resigned. So as of ma'am, we are conducting as per our we're trying ma'am to fit into our budget. We will be able to conduct a training on infection prevention and control and healthcare waste management. Because as of now, we have only there are some health facilities who have requested for us to conduct a training solely for their health facility. So there any other questions? So Ma'am Gwenna, additional question?
Yes po, Ma'am Sal. With regards to submission of the GVA tool, yung accomplished na tool, we will be submitting na rin po the mga means of verification na documents.
Yes po, i-include na lang siya sa pag-submit, like, ko na lang sa inyong Google Drive, then share na lang sa mo.
Okay,
Para
and
mo
then,
makita.
sir, after evaluation, will you conduct on-site inspection
Yes.
or virtual?
On-site, ma'am, possible sa among kuan.
Okay, sige po.
Validation.
Okay, thank you.
Sige, thank you, ma'am.
Question here from Mr. Benjamin Andot. Can you help us in drafting this SOP for healthcare waste management plan, engineer?
For the SOPs, well, no, you may contact lang ako, no, or chat baron with regards sa inyong healthcare waste management plan. Since namatay healthcare waste management template nga gi-cascade, no, last year, so pwede na po pwede na ka magpasend na to, sir, for your guidance, then communicate na ako kung saan ang plan pagbuhat. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Sir Kevin has raised his hand. Any questions, sir?
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, ma'am. Karong 29 ba ang deadline? Kami sa mga private hospital, iklaro na ito ang mandated yun nga 29 naman mag-submit na GBA.
Okay, sa inyong answer for private, since wala pa bang siya sa list, so pwede rin siya mo lapas sa 29. So, submit lang for assessment.
Okay, yeah. Sir, kanang may mga template balik, sir. Itong mga plan-plan dito bago latest ko ron na ganda na mo.
Pardon, sir, di ba klaro?
Okay, sir?
Magpasend kami mga template man ba?
Okay.
So, mas balik dito na mo po. Ito sa GC ng Yapon.
Included naman ka sa GC, sir, no? Okay, mo karega pa nito. For the other plans, kay katong i-view na ko sa kanya slides, katong mga bitly for reference.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Okay, so Sir Kevin?
Hello ma'am, good afternoon. Good morning everyone pala. This is Kevin po from Business Soto. I would like to ask ma'am kasi we have been assessed last year 2021 and 2022 by the HFTV Central Office. So by now po ba ma'am yung current situation natin, si region po ba yung mag-a-assess sa amin for this GVA tool?
Engineer?
Yes po, sir. Since kami po yung mag-validate sa inyong facility, pero pagkatapos namin mag-validate, i-forward po namin yung results to be validated again for the central office.
Alright. So basically we have to submit you the documents first and you will be the one to forward this to central office or paano ba? Mag-submit din kami doon?
Submit din kayo doon sa inyong kay i-record mo na nila sa ilang database bitaw.
Okay.
Or monitoring.
Alright.
Then, ang mo-validate na good sa inyong facility is kami ang region.
Mm-hmm.
Dayon, after the face-to-face na validation sa inyong facility, mong results i-forward na mo sa central office for final validation.
All right. So, sir, last question, sir. So, within the year, for example, you will be validating us or assessing us this year. So, within the year din po ba sa central office magkakandak ng inspection? Kasi ang target, kasi we have a target deliverable for this year, the PGS deliverable for this year to be accredited.
PGS. Kasi,
PGS is what?
PGS is, sa ng PGS, eh?
Performance governance system.
Performance governance system. Okay, sa... you're due man for validation sa GVA, sir, since na validate man mo sa central office 2021, then you garnered man ang SOTO, naka-garner man ng 2 stars, which is ang ilang reassessment is for 2
Sir,
years.
correction po, 4 stars po kami.
Okay,
Thank you.
4 stars. Sorry. So, 4 stars. So, ang reassessment ng good sa 4 stars is 2 years. So, under na siya revalidation sa karon nga year na ang validity niya. So,
Really is the October.
so mato every November conference na mo nato for the green and safe facility na program.
So, sir, may I ask, sir, what possible month po sir, yung validation, because we have ongoing projects po, baka po mahabol doon sa documentation namin, yung mga ongoing namin, and baka upcoming na mga partially completed projects, baka mahabol doon sa documents na sa-submit namin, sir.
Okay, for now, sir, for the plan for the validation,
As per central office.
we'll plan pa, sir, after ng mga submit, no? That's why if you submit na mo on or before 29 para we can plot po sa among side kung when siya ma-validate. Then mo send lang notice if kanos agad, no? Validation.
Alright, sir. So, noted po. Yun lang po, sir. So, to sum it up, sir, isasubmit namin both sa central office and sa region po yung aming technical documents with respect to the GVA tool via email.
Yes, sir.
Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you. So,
Any other questions?
For number. Pwede rin mo message na sa akong messenger. So, naraman sa GC. Pwede rin sa messenger kay if number mo sa office na lang, 260-9740 local 441. Ako lang type sa chat box. 260. Kung ano sir name. Para ma-search na sa GC. Name sa messenger.
Sir, Engineer Kevin po ulit, sir. Soto.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Sir, do we have aside from email, do we have a communication a group communication rather, via Viber or Messenger to further, tawag doon, mas madali po yung access ng communication natin?
We'll create siguro a GC, sir, for the green and safe nga program. Lain lang siya nga GC siguro. Okay, we have GC man po for healthcare waste and IPC. So if you would like, make the GC siguro for the green and safe for easy communication.
And sir, last na lang po, sorry po. Yung upon the submission of the GVA tool on February 29 po yung deadline, do we have a specific timeline po, sir? Like can you show us a Gantt chart of your target, sir? So para at least ma-check namin, ma-double time din namin yung mga projects namin, sir. Like timeline, submission and then verification, yung ganung timeline po ba, sir? Do we have that one?
So for the timeline, for now magud sir pamigid under planning stage pa magud sa amo ang diri sa Region 7 for that nga mga monitorings na mo, all monitorings and validation sa tanan facility. So wala, waiting na lang for the advice on this.
After validation, we will just update you of the schedule. We will give a formal communication as to when we will visit your facility.
All right, noted po ma'am. Thank you so much. We will just wait for the notification.
Yes, sir.
Salamat kayo.
So, CCMC has raised his or her hand. Any questions, ma'am? Sir?
May buntag gamay lang. Kuan ma'am, karon magud ma'am kanang actually isa sa amo ang medyo bagsak for the last year is murag wala may magud sa energy. In fact wala pa may engineering audit. And then kung magpasa magud mi karong February, actually nag-request pa mi sa DOE for an audit. Ako magpasa mi sa February, which is wala pa gyapon mi na audit, pero basin magud ma-audit mi by March or the April. Unsa ka karon sa magpasa mi karon or magpasa na pod mi after the audit?
You may submit lang sa cancer karong February 29, then during sa tong actual na validation, so we can look na lang to that sa MOVs if ongoing or in progress ang inyong energy audit sa DOE.
Sige sir. So sa MOV na lang may murag mo bawi og answer.
Yes sir, actual validation na lang nato.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Dear JM.
Yes sir, JM.
Regarding na may question sa chat box about kuan, hindi pangutana na kuan, please do help us ingon si Sir Benjamin to drop this SOP healthcare waste water matrix plan.
Guidelines na link for the crafting sa plan. Thank you, Sir JM. So, any other questions before So, if none, may we see a thumbs up sa tanan?
I would just like to take this opportunity to say that
if you have any questions or you need any technical assistance from us, you can contact us anytime, especially sa kanina tool with engineer, or you can set a schedule with us. Sa online lang na technical assistance, you may email us at hfds@ro7.doh.gov.ph for the request, or call us at 260-9740 local 441.
So okay. So
since there were I believe there are no more questions. So I will hand over you to formally close the activity. I will hand over you to Sir Andre Hope Bakalan for his closing remarks. Sir Andre.
Hello, good afternoon. Good noon, everyone. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Thank you so much, sir, Engineer Lord. I would like to extend my gratitude for all participants from different health facilities or hospitals in Region 7, and particularly participating on this green viability assessment tool orientation. So I also extend my congratulations to Engineer Lord and Miss Sally for the clear direction of this the purpose of this viability tool. The green viability in healthcare facilities uh, not only aligns with the global sustainability goals, but also it contributes to the well-being of patients, staff, and community at large. So, with the various indicators being presented by Engineer Lord, may we be able to take away the implementation of these green practices in health facilities that can reduce the significant environmental footprints no sa atong health facilities. This includes initiatives that such as katong giingon ni Engineer Lord, the energy efficient na building designs, the use of renewable energy sources, and the adoption of sustainable waste management practice. And I would also like to promote that by investing in energy efficient technologies and renewable energy resources, our health facilities can not only reduce carbon emissions in the environment, but also lower the cost of our operational costs sa ato ang health facilities in the long run. So furthermore, the integration of green spaces within the healthcare facilities can promote healing and improve the overall well-being, not just for the patients, but also for our staff and for the community around the health facility. So, in addition to environmental benefits, green viability in healthcare facilities can also lead to improve health outcomes by promoting a healthier and more sustainable environment for the patients. Healthcare facilities can also contribute to the prevention of diseases and promote overall well-being among patients and staff. So, finally, may we be able to take away after this virtual orientation the green viability assessment in healthcare facilities. Is not just not just a choice, but a necessity in our health facilities or hospitals journey towards sustainable future. By investing such sustainable practices like the renewable energy resources, we may be able to reduce our environmental footprint and contribute to the well-being of our not just the patients but also for our staff and in the community. So once again, thank you so much, Engineer Lord, for presenting, and Miss Sally for presenting clearly for our participants the green viability assessment tool to our stakeholders attending today. Thank you so much, and mayong utos sa tanan.
Okay, so thank you, Sir Andre. So flash on your screens is the evaluation link. Please do scan to evaluate and for us to be able to send the recording of this activity. So thank you and God bless us all. Before that, can you open your cameras for a group picture?
Questions, may delete mo.
Saan ba? Ano ba?
Hi, Sir Liamel. How are you?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile.
Hi, Kuya Jonathan.
Okay, again. For 1, 2, 3, smile. So last. Okay lang, for those na wala camera, so okay lang. So now my name. So again, last one. 1, 2, 3, smile. Oo. Okay. So thank you sa tanan who joined the vision sa WASH and GBA too.
So please do not forget to scan the evaluation link or the QR code for us to be able to send the copy recording of this virtual orientation run through of the GVA and WashFit tool. Thank you, and please encode your questions also. It's okay. This is the evaluation link. Okay, thank you and have a good day.